What's going on, nation? It is your
What's
boy
good?
ExactingRaider and NaturalNate, the two hosts for the Real Raiders Talk. And today we're talking about the potential cuts that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to make. They need to cut 5 players from the team. They already cut one. They
So
cut
basically, four.
cornerback Nate Brooks. When he came in, he was just going to be another camp body. I'm not surprised that he got cut. But the other 4, they have not came out yet. So we're going to give our predictions on that. So Nate, with the potential cuts, who is 4 players you're looking at to get cut?
One for sure. Um, on the defensive side is Chris Jones. He he got used that past game. Him,
He gave up
yeah,
a touchdown on a slant
yeah. He
route.
gave a yeah.
Easy,
He
easy.
got burnt. That was the one. I feel like that was the one touchdown that I actually watched, and that's why I have like big feelings on that one touchdown. And that's who I was like, who was that corner? Like, yeah, that guy
I
needs
think
to
when I
go.
was listening to it on the radio, Lincoln Kennedy, he said that Chris Jones gave him too much space. He gave Albert Wilson too much space on the inside, and down in the by the goal line as a corner, you just cannot give that inside up like that. You got to force them onto the outside, and
Yeah,
he really looked like lost out there, and I don't know if they're gonna keep him. We're still preseason. It was our first like preseason like week for us. It's our second game, but they got 2 games left. But yeah, I think Chris Jones is also one of those
he is a
players
gun.
that he could get cut today. I could see him getting cut. What's your other 3?
Another one. Um, I'm gonna throw in Chase Garbers, even though we have like 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, is even though we have like 2-3 weeks of preseason left, I feel like we kind of like found like the backup 2 quarterbacks, which is Mullins. In my opinion, Mullins will be quarterback number 2. But then
Yeah.
again, we still have 2 or 3 weeks, and Stidham number 3. But I feel like Chase Garbers,
Yeah.
he got like what the whole fourth quarter, and
He didn't
he
even
was
get the whole fourth quarter. Like he had like 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, and
yeah.
he had in that game he had 2 completions on 3 attempts for 19 yards, and he was sacked 1 time. I think for me with Chase Garbers, it's really I feel like I want to see more out of him.
Hmm.
I kind of agree with you though. Do we need to see more? Because like I feel like the backup quarterback is already like we got our 2 backup.
Yeah,
If
we have good
the
quarterbacks.
thing is, Nate, that I would ask you, do you think the Raiders are going to keep 3 quarterbacks or are they going to keep 2?
I mean, I feel like it's the safer decision to do that, but like, I mean, you just gotta like be prepared, I guess. It depends on like this is the first like day of cutting, so we'll know like if Josh McDaniels is like a safe or like go for it type of guy, you know?
Yeah. I think, what comes with these preseason wins though is also um really like decisions they're gonna struggle to make. Of course,
Yeah.
they're not gonna struggle to make it. They're gonna make it. But I'm saying in the thinking process of it, like, man, do we really want to let this guy go? Like, I really love that we have depth at the running back position. I don't
Oh my
see any of
gosh.
the running backs getting cut in this first round of cuts.
Hmm.
Um, and it sucks because you need to get I feel we have a big running back room. We have Amir Abdullah, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Zeus, Britton Brown, and we have Walters. Like we have a really deep running back room, and it's just man, I want to keep all the 7 running back. We got Brandon Bolden too. We haven't
Yeah.
even seen Bolden in a preseason game, which like I said, we talked about it Sunday. It bothers me that we don't see Bolden in a preseason game. Um, but yeah, trying to. I feel we're gonna keep four, but I think we're gonna keep running backs until the last preseason game, and then once the final 53 roster has to be made, that's where we're gonna see which running backs are gonna get cut. But
Yeah.
Chase Garbers, I mean, yeah, I can see him getting cut. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him cut. I'll say that too. Um, Probably, maybe Josh will give him more playing time in the next week against Miami, which honestly I would love to see. I would love to see Chase Garbers get maybe like a whole quarter, to himself, maybe 2 quarters, and not just in the fourth, because it seems the Raiders have been having the lead by like 2 touchdowns going into the fourth.
Yeah.
Like give him a chance to make some plays out there, not just to kill the clock and hey, give us a win. Like no, like give him a chance to go out there and make some plays and see what you got in Chase Garbers. Like you never
In
know,
fact.
he could be better than Nick Mullins or Stidham. You're just not giving him the chance to go out there and prove himself. So who's your third guy that could be on the bubble to get cut today?
So it's getting pretty tight at this point. Pause.
Bro.
I mean,
Yo,
when
big
it
pause, bro. Big
yeah,
pause.
I mean when
Hey,
it comes down to like, it's coming down to like kind of people like who didn't really get any like looks or like playing time, but like they're like
they're just
back
there. They're
behind.
just there to be there.
Yeah. And one of those guys is Zach Van Kingberg. He's a DE, and I don't think he
Oh, he's a
got
defensive
any
end.
snaps.
I haven't even seen that boy in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, he's like a no-show type of guy. I think he'll be gone since I mean the only thing that
There's no reason, to keep him.
yeah, if we're not even preseason, you know.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that. I mean, I think he probably got a couple of snaps in. I would have to look at that.
Hmm.
But even then, I mean, at the defensive end position, I feel like we're pretty stacked there.
Yeah,
So I think they're gonna cut, and then that final preseason game. I know we're kind of jumping ahead, but we have to think a lot of these backups, like these third and fourth stringers, they're gonna likely start that game. I don't even think we'll see second stringers like like how we seen Malcolm Kuntz, we've seen
yeah,
Malik Robertson in a couple of these games. We've seen Matt Collins. I wouldn't expect to see even Kenny and Drake. I wouldn't expect to see those guys in the final preseason game. I would expect to see the third and fourth stringers to start.
yeah,
So again, even like Van Valkenburg, we probably, if he doesn't get cut today, we might see him in that fourth preseason game. If he doesn't get cut in the third after the second round of cuts, we might see him because like I said, the third and
hmm,
fourth string guys might start that game. Who's your
if they do.
final fourth roster cut that like could potentially be cut today?
Another one that I don't think I saw him play. You might have. I don't think I did, but
Well, I rewatched the game, so I'll let you know if he played or not.
yeah, Isaiah Palamau. He's a safety.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like do some research on that because he might be dealing with the injury. I mean, he's been having a lot of hype coming out of camp,
Yeah,
and
he's
I was looking forward to seeing him. I don't think, yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I seen him.
he got two. It says he got two tackles, and that was it.
Oh well, I mean, it's
That's
like I
number
want to see
40.
more out of him too.
Yeah.
I like that's the thing. I want to see more. Like if they keep him, I want to see more. Like get him in there to play more coverages because like I said, I mean it's there. He has 2 tackles. It's like now from a defense perspective, you don't want to see your safety getting like 5-6 tackles.
Mhm.
I mean, his
Yeah.
name wasn't called, and he did get some. He did get some snaps. So that, like I said, from a defensive standpoint, when your corners and your safeties are in coverage and they're not getting their name called, that means they're not getting targeted, which means they're locking down pretty much. So hopefully,
Mhm.
that's why we're not hearing his name a lot, is because he's locking down that side of the field. Let me see
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of guys here. It's gonna get pretty hard to.
Like you said, it's
Uh,
gonna get tight.
yeah.
Pause.
hmm It sucks though.
um, I think my third. So I agree with you on Chris Jones. I agree with you on Chris Jones.
hmm
My second will be Hannes Grossi, offensive line. And the reason why I say he's on the bubble is because he had a bad snap that went over the head of Nick Mullins when they put him at center. And
hmm
I know Josh McDaniels has been harping on, snap quarterback exchange in training camp. I mean, we heard the reports of there was times where quarterbacks and centers had to run do if they had a, miss snap exchange. So I think with that miss snap exchange is like, hey, bro,
hmm
see you on the way out. Like
Pretty much,
you're
yeah.
leaving the building. So I think Grossi, and in that second quarter and the third quarter, bro, that line was getting eaten up.
Bro.
Grossi was getting
That bro. They were
it was
making that
boys
running game look
it
like
was
they were
boys
playing
against
Dalvin Cook.
men on both sides of the ball. Our offensive line couldn't move. I mean, thanks because if you go back, yeah, we got first downs from Britton Brown and Walters, but if you go back and look, Britton Brown and Walters mostly had to get those first downs because the interior of our offensive line would get blown up and they would have to bounce it to the outside. And
Yeah.
that's where they would pick up extra yardage. And then same with our defensive line. But I'm not gonna say any of our defensive line is gonna be on the cut yet, on the
Yeah,
potential to get cut.
pretty much
I'm
so.
actually going to say another cornerback, Bryce Crosby. Bryce Crosby gave up a wheel route touchdown to Albert Wilson. And when I was re-watching the play, even the commentator said it, Crosby looked lost, and he was lost
Mhm.
in the communication between the defense. And like I said, we have a lot of corners
Yeah.
on our roster. I think cutting two corners isn't going to hurt them. But yeah, Bryce Crosby and Chris Jones only because they had some miss up, or Bryce Crosby had he had an game in week one because he made some good plays. He was close to getting an interception, but then he had a penalty for unnecessary roughness, really out of position in week one, and then week two again another out of position play, giving up that wheel route to Albert Wilson. So I think he's going to be gone, or he's actually on the potential to be gone. Another guy that you guys won't know, but I think you guys will remember when I explain this guy, Coke Fotheringham. He is the fifth string tight end and he had a wide open drop. Literally, bro.
Oh,
He didn't even get
yeah, I forgot about
he
that
didn't
guy.
even get hit.
I
It was
forgot
right in
about
his
that
hands.
guy.
It
I
was I
forgot
mean,
about
I'm sorry, but it was funny. When he dropped it, he was just like I was like,
Bro,
yeah, hold your head down, boy.
bro,
So
I
I
forgot.
think he's gonna get cut for the same reason. We have many tight ends. I mean, we know Foster Moreau and Darren Waller are gonna make this team. It's really just a matter of finding that third tight end. I don't
Yeah.
see no reason to carry five tight ends into our third game, I should say, into preseason week 2. I don't see why we should carry five tight ends. I think, and if you're going to go to the backups, like let's say Foster doesn't play, you still have two tight ends who it will be good that they get a full game of reps in. And
Yeah.
if I can only see them carrying, three tight ends into that game. And this is backups, three backup tight ends, because in case, injuries happen, because, this is the NFL. Injuries do happen.
Yeah.
But I feel he's on the bubble. Um, Coke Fotheringham. So, yep, those are our potential cuts, guys. Leave a comment. Get some potential cuts in the chat if you guys think someone else is different, someone else is on the bubble. We would like to know, who do you guys think
Yeah.
is on the potential cut list for round one.
Put it in the
We
comments
still
and
have
we'll reply.
about maybe like an hour. They said about an hour they will come out with their full cuts. Like I said, they did make a cut. They cut cornerback Nate Brooks. If you're just joining, the Raiders did cut cornerback Nate Brooks. I believe he was in for a couple of snaps. The only time he really got his name called was when he got burnt down the sideline.
That's
It was like a
tough.
corner sideline route. And yeah, man got beat. Like, yeah, I can see
It's,
why they cut him. He got beat off the line, and I
it's
guess the
tough
Raiders were like, that's all we needed to see. You're out of here.
for real.
Um, Nate, I also wanted to talk to you. So those are our cuts, but and I want to get your guys' opinion on this too. Who we got 2 viewers. Hey, that's okay. Share the link, like the video, subscribe if you're new here. But I want to get your guys'
Mhm.
opinion on this too, as Natural Nate also. DJ Turner, as you guys seen on the thumbnail, we was gonna talk about DJ Turner. And I bring up DJ Turner because as you know, we have Devontae, we have Hunter as our wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 and we're looking for that wide receiver 3. Now, I said he could be a wide receiver 4, but I'm a push it now. Can we see DJ Turner potentially getting a wide receiver 3 spot?
I mean, I liked how he outperformed pretty much everybody on the field, in my opinion. Even over Demarcus Robinson,
Yeah.
he
Bro,
he
you know
shined
me.
he
I
shined
want us
well.
to have DeMarcus on the roster.
Yeah, uh, we need him. If we could get Robinson and DJ Turner
Well,
to make it,
because I think we're gonna carry. I think we might carry 5, maybe 5 or 6 wide receivers. I feel.
yeah, I
Um,
would. I would be cool if we kept
but who
DJ
would be
Turner.
over who? Who would be over who? Would Demarcus be over DJ or would DJ be over Demarcus? That's the question.
That'll depend on this week's game and the following weeks. Because my prediction on wide receivers, it would be Devontae, Renfro at the 2. Um,
Who's your 3?
see, the 3 and 4 would have to, because like if they actually start performing like how DJ Turner performed for the next 2 weeks, they could jump over Keelan Cole. That's in my
Cause
opinion.
and I think is Keelan Cole the wide receiver 3 right now on the depth chart.
Yeah,
Oh,
because then it goes
but
Keelan Cole and then Dylan
The thing
Stoner.
is, Cole has been in there. Cole has been in there, and I have not seen nothing. Now, I'm not gonna knock on him because if you go back on Stidman's run, not only was Drake wide open, but Keelan Cole was wide open for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't really knock on Cole because Cole can get open. And the thing is, when we watch it on TV, we're watching a broadcast view. We're not watching, Madden view, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're not seeing, how Cole is running his routes. Is he getting open? Is he, having a good release? And he's not getting a lot of targets. I mean, if you go to the box score, Keelan Cole he had 5 he had 4 he did have a decent game. He had 4 catches on 5 targets for 26 yards and he averaged 6.5 a catch. His longest catch of the day was 20 yards. Um but then again, you look at DJ Turner. DJ Turner had 3 catches, 58 yards, averaging 19.3 average reception. He had 1 touchdown. His longest reception was 34 yards, which was a 34-yard touchdown, and he was targeted 4 times. So just like Keelan Cole, he had one less reception than he was targeted, but DJ Turner had like stretched the field. He had
Yeah.
that speed to get down the field. So I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be like we could see DJ Turner, Demarcus Robinson, Keelan Cole all 3 making the roster, but then where does Matt Collins fall in? Where does Tyron Johnson fall in? You have these other wide receivers who have made plays. Tyron Johnson, he made a nice catch against the Jaguars at Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels challenge, and then he did have 1 catch for 7 yards, but he was targeted 2 times. Like I said, like I don't like that, okay, we're gonna, Tyron Johnson didn't have a good game. Well, can you really hold it against him? He only got 2 targets, he
Yeah.
wasn't getting looked at. So I think I agree with you, Nate. It's really about week 3, week 4. How's week 3, week 4 gonna play out,
Yeah.
um, with these wide receivers because you know, with having someone like Devontae and Hunter and Waller, they're going to get so much attention that potentially you could get like a guy like DJ Turner to run a deep route and possibly get him on a 68-yard touchdown, whatever it is. Or even same with Tyron Johnson or even Demarcus Robinson, because even though Demarcus Robinson is a big guy, he does have some speed to him. And I think that's what Josh McDaniels is looking for. He's looking for that speed guy. And on Sunday, DJ Turner showed like what speed could do with that
Yeah.
38-yard or that 36-yard touchdown.
I feel like DJ Turner can be like a good replica to like Rondo more on the Cardinals.
Yeah,
He'd be like
definitely.
that little sneaky boy.
And the
Little
thing is, he's
sneaky.
small. You know, a lot of
Yeah,
people won't look to him.
yeah.
I like that.
Definitely.
I like that. I mean, like I said, let me see. Like, I mean, we also got Isaiah Zuber, who he was in the game towards the end, but they were not planning to pass. They were, they were running the clock out. Um, like I think even the commentators said it. Rich Gannon and then Matt Millen, they're the Raiders are trying to see who's that wide receiver 3, who's that wide receiver 4, who's going to be that wide receiver to pair up with Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams. And right
Yeah,
now, I'm liking what I'm seeing though from the wide receiver group
yeah.
because you want these decisions to not be easy. You know,
Facts.
you want these decisions to be
Not in
hard.
a bad way. In a
Yeah,
good
not in a
way.
bad way. It's not in a bad way. It sucks that people got to get cut. It does, but
Yeah,
it's good that the wide receiver group, the running back group, they're making it difficult. Who's going to be like the same question poses with the running backs. Who's going to be like? There's even rumors that Kenyon Drake might be traded before week 1. So really, the question is like, okay, who's going to be the running back 2 backing up Josh Jacobs? Who's going to be running back 3, running back 4? And I think the way Josh McDaniels calls plays, it's going to be a mixture of running backs. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, people were like, in fantasy football, do not draft New England Patriots running backs because they use like 5 running backs in a game. I think that's going to be the Raiders, but I still think now, me and Nate, probably we want to talk fantasy football. We have to plan for time, but we just talk fantasy.
Yeah.
Um, we might talk. We might talk the Sunday before the game because that's when we have our draft in our league. That
Yeah,
the
we
Sunday.
might have some fantasy
Yeah, we
episodes,
might
no
have
cap.
some
Especially with
fantasy
our
talk.
fellow fantasy mates in the league, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I'll tell them to tune in so we can all talk that talk that shit, bro.
Bro, that would be
We love
W.
talking. We love talking shit to each other.
Yeah, that's
Um,
facts.
but yeah, so from a fantasy standpoint, I think Jacob still will be picked up. I mean, I picked him up in our other league. Still think he's gonna get you now away from a fantasy standpoint. Even though I feel they're gonna carry a lot of running backs, I think I predicted 4, right? 4 running backs we're gonna keep.
Yeah,
I said we're gonna have Jacobs, um,
Zeus.
Zeus, Kenyon Drake, and then our 4th one
I
was
think
gonna
you said
be
Bolton. Bolden.
Bolden. But I really like Amir though. And but I mean, we didn't see him last game.
Yeah, we didn't
I don't
see
know if
him.
he's dealing with the injury or anything, but I want to see him on Saturday against the Dolphins if he's active. Because what he's shown in the Hall of Fame game, I'm like, yo, we could get this guy into space on some good screen passes.
Yeah,
Amir can take one to the house, and that's the problem with
facts.
carrying 7 running backs. They're carrying 7 running backs, and it's like, man, are they going to carry 4? Are they going to carry 5? Um, Hell, are they going to carry 6? I think last season the New England Patriots had 6 running backs on their depth chart. They carried 6 running backs, and Brandon Bolden was one of them. Now, I wanted to ask you, speaking of Brandon Bolden, Nate, are we expecting to see Brandon Bolden play a preseason game?
I mean, if anything, it would probably be the last one if he makes
See
it
that?
there.
They didn't even play Zeus. They played Zeus for like 2 drives, and then they took him out. Walters had.
I think Walter had way more. They gave Walter way more chances
Yeah, no, I mean,
because he also had like the touchdown. Huh?
with his and
Who
here
had the touchdown?
his stats for that yesterday. Um,
Who got that
where
touchdown though?
it was Britton Brown that got it. Austin Walter, he had 7 carries for 30 yards. He averaged 4.3 yards a carry. His longest run of the day was 9. As we know, Britton Brown was basically the lead back yesterday. He had 14 carries, 54 yards. He averaged
Wait,
3.9 a carry. He had the touchdown that he finished off the drive. Well, Walter got them down there, and then Brown punched it
yo,
in. Walter couldn't even punch it in, and maybe that could, that's going to be a negative towards him that he couldn't
Mm-hmm.
punch it in. But hey, he still could get into the receiving game. But Walter is like number 6 on the running back depth chart, so it's like he's gonna likely probably see his way out after our last game, or even after Saturday's game.
Wait, did Walter? I look and he said, "Wait, huh? Did he really run that much?" According, it says 2022 season, which would be what?
This year he has 7. Let's see, 7 rushes, 30 yards. I think he did get in the receiving game.
Am
Oh
I
no, he didn't.
tripping?
He had one target, but he had that one target. I think he had no catches.
I
Brenton
think he
Brown had
got
2
one.
catches for 7 yards on 2 targets. I like that our
Yeah,
running
I'm
backs are
tripping right now.
getting involved. Um,
I'm mad tripping right now.
with this preseason game that happened though, um, again we really don't know, and that's what's crazy. We really don't know with this defense, with the offense. We don't know what we're gonna see week 1 because Josh McDaniels, of course, is not gonna call a lot of like plays. Of course, he's not
Yeah.
gonna, he's not gonna call a lot of plays that we're gonna see in the regular season. And same with the defense. And because our starters are not out there, that's also another thing. We don't have our starters out there, so we
Yeah.
don't know how this is gonna play out really. Um,
Like some people might not even like come out. Like people that like doing like decent might not even come out for like a play since our starters are out there.
yeah. So yeah. So guys, stay tuned. For the cuts that they should be coming out in 30 minutes. The Raiders had to have their roster cut down to 85 by 4 o'clock Eastern time. It is 2:27 here on the Pacific. They have not released any news on any cuts. The only cuts that
So when is their due time to do that?
huh?
When are they due to do it? Like cut
They're
4
bro, they
months?
were supposed to be they were supposed to be down to 85 an hour and a half ago, and they probably are, but
Las
they
Vegas jail.
we just don't know who got cut. So far, the only thing we know is Nate Brooks. That's the only guy that we
Rip
know
my
that got.
fellow
Let me
Nate.
see here,
Another Nate bites the dust. That's tough.
bro. They had me thinking it was. They had me like saying,
Imagine if it was Nate Hobbs,
for a
bro.
sec. Bro. They
Bro,
had
I
me. They
would have
had me
been.
scared for a sec. They really had me scared. I'm like, bro, don't do that to me. But I'm like,
Bro,
no,
facts.
like, um, but yeah, like I said, guys, leave a comment. Give us your thoughts. Who you guys think are going to be potential cuts, and not just in round 1. I want to see
Hmm.
who you guys think is going to be even after Saturday's game, and then also give us some thoughts of that Vikings versus Raiders game. We would share those thoughts in our next live. We would keep you guys updated. Follow us on IG Raiders_Primos to stay up to date when we go
We will
live.
post. We will
Any
post the
Raiders
cut
news.
players there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But with that being said, Nate, any final thoughts, brother?
Please, Josh McDaniels, do not make anything stupid mistakes. Please cut the right players. Don't be cutting no freaking Zamir White, bro. Please, please, for the love
Oh,
of
he
God.
won't, bro. They won't cut Zamir White only because we drafted him. I don't think they're gonna cut any of the players that they drafted. They're not gonna cut. They're not gonna cut those guys. Um, I just don't want them. I don't know what they're gonna do, bro. I mean, this is good. Like I said, this is good. I
Yeah.
don't know what they're gonna do. This is good that we don't know what they're gonna do. Um, but can they cut the guys that we mentioned? At least the cornerbacks,
Please.
like Bryce Crosby and freaking
Yeah.
Chris Jones. At
Please,
least
for the
those
love
guys.
of God. Oh
But
man.
anyway, huh?
No, I was just no.
Oh,
It's nothing. It's nothing. I'm just nervous.
for real. Well, anyways, guys, it was fun chatting it up with you guys. You guys have a blessed Tuesday and a blessed rest of your week.
Leave a
We
like.
guys will see you guys in the next video. And as always, go Raiders!
Raiders.